Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host, Leanne Thomas. Today you'll learn about County Commissioners' actions from the March 18th meeting. Skyview utility system will soon be connected to the City of Lakeland's sewer system. The City of Lakeland requires connection fees of approximately $2 million for properties being connected to their system. The county negotiated paying these connection fees over a 20-year period. The board approved transferring $160,000 from their reserves account to replace the Polk County Mosquito Control helicopter's engine. Mike Mailer, Mosquito Control Manager, has more details.
The county operates a helicopter for mosquito control, and we've operated it for a number of years. When we changed maintenance contractors, we realized that there were parts installed in the aircraft that were not authorized to put in a civilian helicopter. Therefore, we're having to replace the engine with a certified engine. The parts were previously installed in military helicopters, which are not eligible for civilian helicopters. So we are replacing the engine to improve the safety and reliability of the aircraft.
The Board of County Commissioners, acting as the Polk Commerce Center Community Redevelopment Agency, approved the Transportation Division staff's recommendation for a realignment of Spine Road, a 3-mile north-south road from Braddock Road to north of Pace Road in Auburndale.
Today we have before the board a road alignment for what's known as the Polk Commerce Center Spine Road. It's up in North Auburndale between the Polk Parkway and Berkeley Road. We just had alternatives to present to the board, and they approved the recommended alternative, which was an alignment that we had done through an alignment study. And so now that project is set and is ready now to go forward with design and permitting when funding becomes available.
In November, voters will determine future sources of funding for public transportation and roadway construction and maintenance. A 1% sales surtax is proposed that will fund both, and at the same time eliminate the county's 1 mil for roads ad valorem tax levy. The board approved spending up to $50,000 for a public education initiative so that voters will better understand the proposed tax swap. Richard Weiss, chairman of the Polk Efficiency Commission, presented the Efficiency Commission's final report to the board. The county's charter requires that a committee of local residents and business leaders be appointed every 8 years to review Polk County's government operations.
I was here as the chairman of the Polk County Efficiency Commission that's required to be installed every 8 years, and we've been in session since January of 2013, and it's a 2-year term, and I gave the final report to the board for the Efficiency Commission today, and then it's up to the board to decide what actions they want to take.
Polk County's property insurance will be renewed effective April 1st, 2014 at an annual expense of more than $1.84 million. Even with property values up approximately 5.5%, the premium cost went down about 5% from last year. The board recognized and thanked 2 firefighters for their heroic efforts by rescuing a woman from her burning home last year. Jordan Caldwell, a paramedic, and Glenn Harshbarger, an EMT, were introduced to the board by Fire Rescue Chief David Cash.
I had the privilege this morning to take before the board a recognition of 2 of our firefighters, paramedic Jordan Caldwell and firefighter EMT Glenn Harshbarger, who are stationed at our Mulberry ambulance. Our ambulance works out of the Mulberry station. On the morning of June the 14th in 2013, they were on a medical call early in the morning, and also heard a call for a structure fire that came in just moments later. They were close to the vicinity, responded to the call, they arrived ahead of the engine by several minutes, and by radio received permission from the battalion chief to make entry into the house because the neighbors were telling them that there was a lady inside. Firefighter paramedic Caldwell went into the house, actually found the lady. She was passed out on the floor. As they were to pull her most of the way out of the house, she did come to and start become very combative with him because of the nature of the smoke and all the involvement. Actually knocked his face piece off, but he was able to drag her out the door. Then the others that had arrived along with his on-crew person, began performing medical treatment for her. Were able to revive her. She was flown by helicopter to Tampa, and was, because of the heroic actions of that morning, she survived and is now an active member of the community again.
3 employees were recognized for their years of service to Polk County. They include Janet Barteska, Volunteer Services Manager in the Social Services Division, for 20 years of service. Margie Primer was recognized for 20 years of service, working as a hazardous waste technician in the Waste and Recycling Division. And Dan Mort was recognized for 25 years of service. Dan serves as the county as a district manager for Parks and Natural Resources. The board appointed Amy Berry to the Workforce Development Board, which oversees the Career Source Polk program, to a 3-year term, and appointed Diane Surratt as an Essential Service Representative for the Housing and Neighborhood Development Office Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. Sherry Grimco accepted a proclamation for Surveyors and Mappers Week in Polk County.
Well, the 3rd week of March was proclaimed the National Surveyors Week. Ronald Reagan started back, I believe, in 1980, and it's been recognized that week in March, has been recognized every year by a lot of state and counties, and I was recognized today for the Ridge chapter of the local surveying and mapping society was recognized.
April 4th, 2014 was proclaimed Children's Day in Polk County. Cheryl Kelly and children from the Early Learning Coalition program accepted the proclamation.
Children's Week in Florida is celebrated every year. It's an annual celebration which brings together children's advocates, supporters, policymakers, all kinds of folks from around the state to really focus on one message, and that is that children all have the right to be healthy, ready to learn, and to achieve their full potential. And so everybody gets together to really be a voice on behalf of the children in Tallahassee and all around the state.
During afternoon public hearings, the board unanimously approved vacating an unmaintained, platted right-of-way designated as B Street of Lucerne Shores, northeast of Winter Haven. The board also upheld that the determination of the county's land development director that 5 boat slips located on Shady Lane Drive east of Lake Wells are not a legal non-conforming use. There were 2 solid waste public hearings. The board heard and adopted on 2nd reading the Land Development Code amendments and 2nd reading on the Solid Waste Management Facility Siting Ordinance. For a complete report, please see the minutes of the March 18th meeting posted on our website, polk-county.net. Now, Todd Vargo will share with us news from Polk County's Planning Division.
Hi. My name is Todd Vargo, and I'm a senior planner with Polk County's Land Development Division. I currently serve as the coordinator for the county's Planning Commission hearings. Here's a brief recap of the highlights from the March 5, 2014 Planning Commission meeting. Plan Development 81-24M, a modification to the approved plan development for Westgate River Ranch, was a request for 10 permanent glamour camping sites. These are tents on wooden platforms with electrical connections, and they also wanted unlimited special events. The Planning Commission voted 7-0 to approve the 10 glamour camping sites and allow Westgate River Ranch 36 days of special events a year, not to exceed 2 special events per month. Lastly, Comprehensive Plan Amendment 14C-02 is a request to change the future land use district on 54 acres from residential low 1 to agriculture residential rural. This case is an amendment to the Polk County future land use map. The Planning Commission voted 7-0 to recommend approval of the change to the Board of County Commissioners. The Board of County Commissioners is scheduled to hear a first reading on this case on April 15, 2014 at 1:30 p.m. The adoption hearing for this case will occur on June 3, 2014 at 1:30 p.m. If you have questions about any of these or any other upcoming cases, please contact our planner on call at 863-534-6084. For Dateline Polk, I'm Todd Vargo. And now to RJ Walters with the roads update.
I know you're sitting on the edge of your seat, waiting to hear what roads to avoid over the next few weeks, but I'm going to make you wait just a little bit longer by providing you some news from a special meeting of the Polk TPO Board on March 18th. In an effort to take advantage of potential state funding for one of the county's major planned projects, the Polk TPO Board unanimously elevated the Bartow Northern Connector Phase 2 project to its #1 overall transportation priority project. It is a road project that TPO Executive Director Tom Deerdorf says is crucial for rerouting existing and future freight traffic and opening up new land use possibilities. If you look at the Florida Transportation Plan or any state plans, they emphasize that we need to do a better job of moving freight and people and do a better job of connectivity, Deerdorf said during the meeting. The Bartow Northern Connector is a highway that, when complete, will connect State Road 60, US 98, and the Polk Parkway. Phase 1 of the Bartow Northern Connector runs 2.1 miles from US 98 to US 17, and it was open to traffic in 2012. Phase 2 runs 2.4 miles and will extend from US 17 to an intersection with State Road 60. The project is especially timely, Deerdorf says, because a new CSX rail terminal is set to open later this year, and it could increase truck traffic in and out of regional ports by as much as 140 vehicles per day. The roadway would also benefit Polk State Corporate College, the newly integrated logistics facility in Winter Haven, and the evolution of the Clear Springs development. More than $22 million have already been spent on the first phase of the project and overall project development. The second phase of the project is estimated to cost $18.9 million, with $3.5 million already allocated toward it in the Florida Department of Transportation's work program. If the county and TPO were to receive state funding to complete Phase 2, it would not affect the money that is available for other county projects. Deerdorf said FDOT Secretary Anath Prasad and state legislators are looking to fund projects that strategically connect people with new opportunities and existing facilities, and it's important that they see the TPO is decidedly committed to the Bartow Northern Connector. He said, "This, I believe, is a unique opportunity to realize the investment that has already been made on this project, and as far as the Bartow Northern Connector goes, fulfilling its ultimate purpose, it really needs to connect US 17 to State Road 60. Stay in tune with the project's status by following the TPO on Twitter or liking us on Facebook. While the future of that project awaits confirmation, there are an endless supply of projects you're likely to see while traveling through Polk the next few weeks. Starting with the daytime delays and closures, here are roads to expect slowdowns and flaggers at. The Interstate 4 eastbound exit ramp at County Line Road and South Frontage Road. Rock Ridge Road at Gator Creek in North Lakeland, where traffic is reduced to 1 lane. US 98 at Farm Road. Memorial Boulevard at North Brunel Parkway. US 27 from Ritchie Road to south of Berry Road. US 27 in Davenport from Berry Road to US 192. US 27 in Haines City from Silvercrest Drive to Bates Road. Airport Road at the intersection of Old Tampa Highway. Airport Road north of Drainfield Road. First Street in Winter Haven between Avenue C North and Avenue D North. State Road 60 at Diesel Road. State Road 37 at the Mulberry Bridge from south of State Road 60 over the Alafia River. State Road 37 from Cozart Road to Bethlehem Road. State Road 37 at County Road 630. State Road 549 in Winter Haven between Avenue C North and Avenue D North. Lakeland Hills Boulevard between Parkview Place and East Valencia Street. State Road 17 from State Road 544 to Hinton Avenue in Haines City. And State Road 17 in Frostproof at Palm Street. There is no shortage of nighttime construction either. If you're out late looking for orange barrels and big machines causing delays in the following locations, you'll see them at US 98 from County Road 540A to Winter Lake Road, US 98 at Farm Road, US 98 at Williamstown Boulevard, US 27 in Haines City from Silvercrest Drive to Bates Road, US 27 at the intersection of Dundee Road, Cumbie Road at North Crystal Lake Drive, Airport Road north of Drainfield Road, State Road 546 between Kettles Avenue and Texas Avenue D, Cypress Gardens Boulevard in Winter Haven from Overlook Drive to US 27, Avenue T Northwest in Winter Haven, where a pedestrian trail bridge is being constructed, and State Road 17 from State Road 544 to Hinton Avenue in Haines City. So that's your lowdown on the construction rundown. And for regular or emergency road updates, check out the Polk TPO on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. With information and updates on the plan that moves Polk, I'm RJ Walters.
While the Florida Legislature meets in Tallahassee, PGTV will be bringing you daily coverage of House and Senate committee meetings and sessions. We invite you to watch your state government take up measures that are important to Polk County. And to keep current with programs in progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, April 4th. Thank you for watching this edition of Dateline Polk.